Hi everybody. In this video, I would like to talk a little bit about Okakura's The Tea Room. Okay, Kakuzo Okakura lived from 1862 to 1913. He was a Japanese scholar who contributed to the development of the arts in Japan. Outside of Japan, he's chiefly remembered as the author of The Book of Tea. It's a very famous book that these are excerpts from. The subtle beauty of the tea room. Its principles of construction and decoration are entirely different from those of the West. The tea room does not pretend to be other than a mere cottage, a straw hut, entirely ephemeral in structure, so meaning temporary. Built to house a poetic impulse, devoid of ornamentation, consecrated to the worship of the imperfect, purposely leaving something unfinished for the play of the imagination to complete. The ideals of teaism have influenced Japanese architecture to such a degree that the ordinary Japanese interior of the present day, talking about the Japanese interior of houses and the tea room especially, appears to foreigners almost barren. Rikyu, the greatest of all tea masters in the 16th century, instituted and brought to a high state of perfection the formalities of the tea ceremony. The tea room consists of the tea room proper and accommodates no more than 5 persons. An anteroom where the tea utensils are washed and arranged. A portico in which the guests wait until they receive the summons to enter the tea room. And a garden path. The tea house is unimpressive in appearance. Smaller than the smallest Japanese houses, materials and construction suggest refined poverty. But this is the result of profound artistic forethought. Details have been worked out with the greatest care. A good tea room is more costly than an ordinary mansion. The simplicity and purism of the tea room resulted from emulation, copying, the Zen monastery. Tea drinking was a ritual instituted by Zen monks. All the great tea masters were students of Zen. The room reflects many of the Zen doctrines. The guest will silently approach the sanctuary, then bend low and creep into a small 3-foot-high door intended to inculcate humility. The guests enter one by one and noiselessly take seats, first making obeisance to the picture or flower arrangement on the tokonoma. Obeisance would be like an obeying kind of gesture. Almost a kind of a worship, but just kind of a sacred sort of a movement. The host will not enter the room until all the guests have seated themselves and quiet reigns, with nothing to break the silence save the note of the boiling water in the iron kettle. Pieces of iron are arranged in the bottom to produce a peculiar melody. Even in daytime, the light in the room is subdued. Everything is sober intent from ceiling to floor. Guests carefully choose garments of unobtrusive colors. Everything is absolutely clean. Not a particle of dust will be found. One of the first requisites of a tea is how to sweep, clean, and wash. The absence of symmetry in Japanese art objects is a result of a working out through Zenism of Taoist ideals. True beauty can only be discovered by one who mentally completes the incomplete, Okakura states. In the tea room, the fear of repetition is a constant presence. The various objects for decoration should be so selected that no color or design is repeated. The simplicity of the tea room and its freedom from vulgarity make it truly a sanctuary from the confusion and annoyance of the outer world. There and there alone can one resign oneself to the undisturbed adoration of the beautiful. Very lovely tea houses. I have not been to Japan to see tea houses myself. I understand there are some tea houses in the United States that are made in this way, but of course the original ones would be in Japan. So hopefully someday I can do that, and I hope that you can too. And of course, pandas drinking water, because why not? I want to thank you all for your time and attention in listening to this, listening and watching, whatever you do. With this recording, I hope it's helped you understand this article, and I hope you all have a nice day. Bye-bye.